Yes. So welcome again. Today we will discuss about the introduction to the mobile security. So as you know that initially last time we discussed about the introduction for the wireless network security, and we discussed the different aspects and the different attacks and the different issues for the wireless network. You remember that we discussed that in the wireless network, it is an umbrella and it brings a lot of things under it. So the mobile phone, our smartphone, or the cellular phone, these all are the same thing we are referring it. That is the one of the major component in the wireless network and security. So today we are going to discuss about an introductory level about the mobile security. What it means by the introductory level? It means that we are going to discuss to open your brains, to open your mind, just to give you some clear picture that the handset what we are using, either it belongs to any company or any suppose like the Android or iOS or means whatever the operating system or platform, we feel that it is pretty secure. So we are not saying here that it's completely not secure. We're not going to discuss in a means very depth that what are the actual security issues with this mobile. And we are not also going to means come up with the facts and the figures. We will for these all of the things. But at the moment, we are trying to means discuss that actually what is the major means concerns about the two of the popular server companies and how they are actually affecting to the users and how we think that we are safe or our devices are safe. In other words, we can say that most of the people or the users, they are unaware about the threats what they have. So with your permissions, we just go to the second slide. You can see here we will discuss the few of the core concepts of that as well. So now the new understanding about the security, what it is, they're saying that you don't need to break a window to break into a house. That is the strategy in past. If any hacker, if any thief, or if any person who want to get in inside our house to try to steal some things, so he or she try to break the window or break the door or break the wall or break something to enter inside a house, and then only the thief or the stealer person can be able to bring a loss to us. But that was a past. Now the situation is not like this. Now situation is totally different. Now we are actually living in a new era. In this era, even our house is locked under the security guards. 7 layers are there. No window is open. But again, we are not secure. The physical security, physical locks, physical windows, physical security systems, they are not enough. Sorry. We cannot claim that we are in a safe mode. The reason why we are saying that now the stealer or the hacker or the intruder, they can come easily to our house using our internet connections, using our smart devices, using our mobile phones, and using the other technological means, which we cannot save them by means the physical means of the security. So this is the baseline difference, that what we know, that how the security is now different nowadays. Like suppose you will learn in this lecture that actually being a mobile user, because nowadays everyone has a mobile device. Some of us, most of us may have even multiple devices. We have laptops, we have the mobile devices, we have the other smart gadgets. So it means we are more exposed to the threats. So mobile users are actually completely exposed to the threats. Most of the users, they feel that they have some of the security measures physically are applying by the software, antiviruses, and the other things, and then they feel that they are on a safer side. But in actual, the reality is totally different. That is what we have a concern, and that's what is the goal and motive of our today's lecture to understand. So now if we just go ahead, we can say that these attacks, we can divide them into different three vectors. The vectors means here directions. So we can say that there are the three major areas, vectors, directions, which are the challenges for the security of our mobile phones or handsets. What are those three vectors? Those three vectors are including, number one, infected apps. Now you will be amazed that why we are saying infected apps. You will be thinking that at the Google Play Store or at the iOS store or at the other third-party stores, the apps, they are safe. Why we are discussing this? So you will be amazed by knowing this, that no, they are not safe. Either it's third party, either it is Android, either it is iOS. You will be amazed today, and you will be amazed in the near future while we will discuss about the real statistics taken from the companies. Then you will be really amazed at how much they are exposed, how much a user is exposed. So now, if the app what you are installing, that is infected, then how you will be able to save yourself? How you will be able to save your device? How you will be able to save your security? Now from the infected apps, from this factor, there are the two things to understand. Number one is that the infected apps, it means that the apps are uploaded by a genuine person, by a genuine company, but somehow it is infected with the security issues. and it is prone and it is exposed. So this is the one part of it. The second part, which will be very much interesting and maybe it will be very much new for most of you, that is the fake apps. You can find the fake apps on your stores. So what those fake apps are doing, most of the time, you as a user will not be knowing that the app what you are going to install, that is either fake or the genuine uploaded by the company. Like, for example, we can even name for very popular apps, including the one of your favorite app, Instagram, including your other favorite apps for the battery saver, and so on. Because most of the time the fake apps are there for your very popular apps where users have more downloads, user has a more interest. So those apps are totally fake, and those apps are stealing your completely data analytics. So now this is the only one vector where the hackers are dealing with the users, dealing with us, in fact, with the infected apps. How we need to know, how we need to verify, how we need to check. This is our responsibility to review the apps, to review their sources, to review about their developers, to review the comments. But the most important point is that about the comments we cannot trust even, because most of the fake apps, they contain also the fake comments and fake stars and fake rating. So it may lead you to the wrong direction as well. It's a big challenge. It's a big challenge even for you people who are technical. So you just imagine the technical persons are very few. We can consider, if we can say 10%, it is too much. The other people, they are user. They know how to use. You can consider as an example from your own university. You are in the school of computing. And in school of computing, if suppose you all are together, if say for example 500 or 1000, what about your university? Your university may have 11, 12, 15,000, including your staff members. So what is the percentage? Even less than 10. So do you think that what you have understanding, the person who belongs to the accounts, he will have the same understanding? For sure, no. They will be only user. They only know, but they will not be aware about the technicalities. The person who belongs to the medical, they don't know the technicality. The person who belongs to the business, they will not be aware about the technicalities like you. So you can see from here, from this one case study, you can understand that what is actually the difference. So even this is a threat for the technical persons. So what about the non-technical persons? So this is the most dangerous vector in the mobile security. And you will be amazed. Now these devices, what we are using, the mobile devices, they are the hot cake for the hackers. Because nowadays, you are using your cell phone not for your personal use, but your all uses are joined at one platform. You have your applications which are related to the Taylor University on your cell phone. You have a Grave application, okay, on your cell phone. You have a shopping applications on your cell phone. You have financial banking applications on your cell phone. You have your own personal data and your personal applications on cell phone. You have a GPS and navigation applications on cell phone. So this is a one place where each user is having all of the information at the one place. Now the issue is, if suppose any of the fake app or this factor issue, infected app is there, and the hacker try to get in your application, in your cell phone. So what do you think? He will having only access for that particular part, or he will have access on your entire cell phone? Entire cell phone, it means that he will have access to all of the other applications as well. So the moment he or she will have access to all of the applications, it means that security issue or challenge is now not only for you, but it is the security issue raised for the financial applications as well, for Taylor University as well, for Grab services as well, for food applications as well, for navigation applications as well, for any application which is actually on your cell phone is there. So this is why among these three factors, this is the most dangerous factor that we keep it here. So now the second factor is, that is the Wi-Fi, wireless. So we mean here not exactly the only Wi-Fi. From this factor we mean the connectivity, internet connectivity, using the Wi-Fi, are using the Wi-Fi 6. What's the Wi-Fi 6? Maybe you are not knowing at this time, but in the upcoming lectures, we will let you know that what is the Wi-Fi 6. So the Wi-Fi 6 are even the mobile data or any other resource, hotspot, any other resource of connectivity. This is a very big challenge. So why we mean that about the connectivity? In a few past months, there was a case happen in one of the airport. You notice that while we are traveling to the airport, all of the security people, they are advising us not to use the open access Wi-Fi connectivity. Fine, we are not using this one. We are using our mobile data. So this is not an issue. But now, what is the issue? It found a few months back, probably later I will share with you the data as well. That is from hacking attack from the USB charger. So most of the time, we are out of battery, especially while we are traveling. So what happened? The scam came, it appears in India at one of the airport. The person, he was trying to be safe. He was not using the public Wi-Fi connectivity, but his battery was draining. So he was having a coffee while he was waiting for his flight, and he used his cell phone for charging using the USB point there. What happened? His cell phone was compromised. And that person was the employee for one of the critical institutions. It was, I believe, for the health of the financial institution. And then he was under attack, his organization was under attack. Then very late to know that how it happened. So it happened just because that person used the USB charger. So that's why we are saying that this is not only the means wireless or Wi-Fi, but this means the connectivity. Now the third point, so that's why the connectivity is also a big challenge. The third thing, which is about the operating system itself. If operating system itself is exploit for some things, then it will be a even major issue compared to your infected apps, compared to your connectivity. Connectivity, up to a certain level, you can manage to keep it secure. Not 100%. It's not possible, because when you go for the Wi-Fi connectivity is not safe and secure. But we can say that you can manage it up to a certain level. For infected apps, again, you can go wisely and you can manage it up to the certain level. No 100%. Not possible. But what about your Android operating system? Are you iOS operating system? Are you any operating system? Nokia operating system? Any operating system, whatever the cell phone you are using, if that system has vulnerabilities, those students who are here and they are in the same class of the secure software system, they probably understand it very well. So in case you suppose while building this means operating system, some of the vulnerabilities are left and security measures are not taken for that, then this will be a big challenge. Now, this issue you cannot handle with the Wi-Fi. This issue you cannot handle with the infected apps. Even you manage those first two parts, but you will be in trouble for the third part. So that's why this is another. So you do remember, that's why we are saying, we discuss maybe, or we may not forget about that we cannot claim 100% security at any level in this technology. We cannot, if we say that we apply all the softwares, all the firewalls, all the layers, all the policies, we take care about all the vectors and everything, and then we feel that we are safe and secure. This is not a fact. This is something impossible. That's why we have to have a very clear policy of using these applications, using this technology. If we will not be taking care about these things, then we will be in trouble. And if we are not in trouble, then we are lucky that we are not in trouble. And if we are not in trouble, then we may not think that we are 100% safe. Maybe the passive attack scenario is there. I hope you understand what we mean by the passive attack. We discussed last time. Maybe we are under passive attack. We don't know. So these are the three major vectors of attacks. And these all are the attacks we are discussing with related to only about the mobile phone. And today we are discussing only about the mobile phone, because that is the major components of the wireless network security. So with your permissions, going ahead. Next slide is actually explaining us that these three factors, what type of the issues they can bring for us. A lot of issues. A lot of issues. They can find our tracking, location. So where is the privacy? They can steal our passwords. They can steal our emails. They can steal our secure information. They can steal our microphone recordings. You will be amazed. You will be not knowing that your phone is under your voice is recording, while it is in the normal situation, even while you are not on the call. You will be not aware that probably your handphone camera is being used by someone, and you will not be able to recognize it. The light for your camera will not be on. So these are some of the challenges. Maybe they can take your photo, or maybe they can use your cell phone to take photos where you are. So these things are truly critical. Maybe they are using your accounts, your cell phone, to keep sending the messages. May I just share with you the one case study? This happened almost 6 months before in one of the company in Saudi Arabia. What happened? There was one company. It is the medical related company and very huge. So all of the employees, they receive a message separately from their boss, from his WhatsApp account. And he mentioned in that message that I am in dying need. I invested somewhere. I lost some money. I need your help. I cannot see you face to face because I'm your boss. So respect factor is there. So this is my account number. I'm facing a big loss. So please, if you could help me, how much you can, that's not an issue. Try to help me maximum as much as is possible to transfer the funds in my account. What happened? Sorry. It was a medical institute. So we were just discussing a couple of minutes before. So the medical, they are technical, but they are technical in medical. They're not technical in technology. Luckily, he was lucky that during that time period, while the message was spread, he was sitting with his employees in the meeting. The meeting was in process. So one of the employees, he saw the message and he was amazed that how come our boss is here, he's talking to us and he's not touching to the mobile, and how come he sent the message? So he mentioned to his boss, sir, I received a message from you. This is the message. Then they realized that what happened. Then what happened, he tried to broadcast the messages to all of the contacts that this is something is happened from my phone. So please, if you receive anything, don't go by. So why I'm telling you this? I'm telling you this that these damages could be brought to the user, brought to us if our cell phones are under attack. So I hope that you are getting now the real figure, what we mean, that why we started discussing about the mobile security. So if we just go to the next slide, probably you will be knowing that we have attacks. We discussed a few attacks in our previous class as well. And if I suppose ask to you that how many attacks, maybe you can enlist 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But there are so many attacks. Only on your cell phone, mobile phone. So we just try to mention few of them here. So these are the few of the attacks. You can see from here how many even few popular attacks are there. So the criminal can come, spywalk. Maybe you didn't heard the name of that. Banker attack. So maybe you are not knowing about that. Android Titan 1, Cooler, and so many. Gazon, Palm Clicker, Key Reader, Hacking Team, Crypto Locker, and so many different attacks are just only for one of the device. So you just imagine that you are under attack like this. The person who is sitting, this is we, ourselves. We are under this much load of attacks. If we don't care, if we don't feel our responsibility, if we don't use as a wise user, then actually this is our situation. Going ahead. On top of that, we have misconception. All of the users have misconception. The 5 misconceptions are there. Very importantly, 5 misconceptions are there. We feel, number 1 misconception is, we feel that the EMM and MDM is actually can protect us. What's the EMM and DMM? EMM is actually enterprise mobility management, and MDM is actually mobile device management. These are the 2 servers. Sorry, these are the servers, resources by the company from where we are buying the cell phones. They are always connected with our cell phone. What do you think? How they know that we don't have an updated version? How they keep sending us message that your operating system is out of date, so please go for this to update this one? How they are sending us the different patches. So EMM and MDM, the EMM server is actually responsible for the entire mobile, its mobility. Entire mobile, it means its applications, all of the applications, all of the operations, including connectivity and so on. It is being managed by the EMM. MDM is particularly only for the mobile device management, which you can say that this is only for the apps what we install on that app. So people, they feel that actually EMM and MDM, they are keeping an eye on our cell phones while we are using. They are keep updating, and they are keep managing, and they are keep controlling our devices for the security and other reasons. That's why they feel that we are fine. But this is a misconception, number 1. Number 2 misconception is that we have a secure container that can protect us. Secure container is a concept by the server companies. What it is, you will learn in a few minutes. And few of the users, they have another misconception. They feel that it is not a top priority. Everybody is talking about security, but it's not a top priority. The world is working, not an issue. This is actually an ignorance. This is actually a misconception, as well as we can call this is actually as an ignorance. Now the 4th point is, people have misconception. They normally think that iPhone, they are safer, they are more immune compared to the Android one. This is if suppose they are thinking in a way, up to a certain level, it's okay. But if they are thinking that the iPhone are completely safe, it's not correct. You will see that why we are saying that it's not correct. This is also a misconception. And then a few of the users, they think that if we have AV, means the antiviruses and other things, then we are safe, our mobile are safe, we are not under threat. That is also a big misconception as well. So you will see that why we are saying that these things are the misconception. If you go to the next slide, you can see this is the container by the Samsung. This is their own research center in USA. And what this research center is doing, you can find out here EMM, BYOD, and container and devices. So EMM, as I briefed to you, it is the enterprise mobility management, which is controlling all our cell phones. Now, what's the container? What's the BYOD. BYOD is actually stand for bring your own device. I repeat it, bring your own device. The container, what they do, they pick up the newly handsets, build handsets randomly, and then they add it on from your own devices which are already in use, and then they run a security test to see about the security for all of the three vectors what we discussed, for the fake apps, for the connectivity, and for the operating system. So the moment you will see the result, then you will be amazed. You know, in Android, almost 2-3 years back, that was the data. I believe it could be now 3 times more. Based on that data by the Android, they mentioned that 1.5 million devices from Android, they are activated on a daily basis. When we say daily, it means for 24 hours. So in 24 hours, 1.5 million devices, and this is 2-3 years old data. I believe we can say now more than 3 millions, or even more than 5 millions or 4 millions. But even if you just keep that same figure, which is the older figure, so now they are just going to run this test with this 1600 devices, 1200 devices, and 400 devices, bring your own device. And then they run the test on their container, and then you will see that what is the results, what are the things. This will give you the answer that are you sure with the EMM, are you safe with the EMM and MDM. So see here that they found after this test, normally, this is an average, 5% infected devices are there. Now 5% infected devices are there. What are the infections in it? These are the 4 different type of the commonly available infections in them, which you can see on the right side. But the thing is, we're saying about the 5%, which is not a small thing. You just think about 1.5 million, and now you think what is the 5%? And now you think that this is for the 24 hours. So now you can see that what will be in 1 year, in 1 month, in 1 week. So if you are still thinking that the EMM and MDM is bringing safety and security for you, then this is your truly misconception. Don't think like this. You just go ahead. So you can see the 5% is a big deal. That's what we just discussed. It's not something small. It's really, really a big deal. We cannot afford 0.001% infected devices. But this is 5%. And 5%, this will be, number will be in, not in million, but this number will be in billions yearly. So billion of the devices are infected, they are injected in the world. So what happened? What will be about the security? So that's why what we mean, the 5% is a very big, very big. So going ahead, we can say that this is totally false. Totally false and misconception about our point 1, about the EMM and MDM. Totally false about the secure container can protect us. Not possible. Totally false. We also got the answer for point 3. It's totally false. That means security is not a priority. No, security is a priority. Even the companies They are worried about that. Even the companies, because the companies, they don't want to inject this much big number, but still there is. It's a challenge. That's why security is always a challenge. That's why we are saying that we cannot claim 100% security at any stage. Wait for the point number 4 and point number 5. Wait for a few more minutes, so you will get the answer for that particular as well. So if we just go to the next slide, now the question is, we are thinking, what about the iOS? Is the iPhone is immune to the threats? How come it's immune to the threats? How come possible? It means there is no iOS operating system exploitation. It means the Wi-Fi and other things, the connectivity, they don't bring any issue for them. It means that the first factor, which is we were saying about the FAQ applications, does not bring any change for it. So, no, this is also a misconception. Yeah, there is a fact. It is comparatively more secure in all of the vectors compared to the Android, but it is not secure completely. How? See here, can you trust to the third-party app stores? Cannot. Can we trust on the iOS app stores? We cannot. So you just see on a daily basis, the downloads are in millions. But for each of the downloads are not the safer download. All of the downloads are not for the real apps. All of the downloads are not for the apps which may have the safe apps, not affected one. There is a big issue. We will learn about real statistical data in our upcoming classes as well. So you can learn that how it is bringing so many issues for our handphones. Now you can see from here, this is the Xcode host. I hope that you are knowing about that, which collects the user and device data and send to the CNC server. So what it is letting us know, it is letting us know that over the 4,000 malicious apps in the Apple App Store. Not a 1, not a 2, not a 3. Probably you are using your Facebook app. That is not the genuine one. Fake app is there. Probably you are using the Instagram. That's not the genuine one from the company, but maybe you are using the fake application. Probably you are using your battery saver and other apps, which is not the safe, are not the genuine. So an advice for you that don't go for each and every app. Just keep those apps what you are using really, and what you know that they are not the fake apps. Before you install, you try to use all the means to verify that you are going for the right app. And say, for example, if suppose you are not using any of the app for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, it is advisable for the security reason, you can uninstall the app. You only keep those apps which apps are active in your mobile, which you are using them on a regular basis. No need to keep the rest of the apps. Going ahead, so you can see for the side stepper, different type of attacks, man in the middle attacks. So now here you can see, I hope you know already what's the man in the middle attack. We already discussed. But here the thing is, you can see that this is the MDM server and this is the Apple push notification server. So how these men in the middle attacks are there? They are the hackers. So how they are dealing with the MDM server? So you remember we said that our first misconception was that the EMM and MDM, they are making our devices safe. But no, it is not like that. So it is hackable as well. The devices, while they are coming, when we go for the container test, we found it's a 5% means having the issues, security issues. So these are the major challenges for us. Now you can see from here, Android is actually 17 times more prone compared to the iOS. So you remember that we said in our statement that Android is not safe and iOS also not safe. But iOS is comparatively better, comparatively safe compared to the Android. But it is not safe. Some of the people, they have a misconception that when you build any app, it must go from past the filter, security check and other things. Then you can only upload the app to the iOS store. So that's why it is safe. So that is totally misconception. It's not safe. You already saw the data and we will share with you the data in upcoming classes. So you will see, if I just let you know now, you will be amazed. You know that in the Android store, 97% of the apps, they are somehow compromised, infected, compromised. Fake applications are event under attack. Somehow it means by using any mean, but they were affected. Only the 3% app, they are considered to be safe, which don't bring any harm to the users. So now you can imagine how much safe you are. Not to be worried. This figure that I'm telling from my side, you will see in the upcoming classes. You will find out the reference as well. You will find out the reference for anything what we are discussing. Like suppose for this slide, you can see this is the reference is given at the bottom. And most of the time, we bring the data from the market, we bring the data from the other researchers, the current one. So that's why the references are always there. And also we try to give them credit for that as well. Because you are in an area where the things are changing on a daily basis. So you now just imagine that your Android phones are 70% more prone compared to the iOS. But it doesn't mean that the iOS is the safer. That is also not safe. Going ahead. Now you can see, what about the antivirus? Most of the time, if we have antivirus, we feel comfortable. We feel secure. But this is a big misconception. You know, you can understand this antivirus situation very excellent way, in a very better way, from the example of nowadays situation, which is the COVID. COVID is a virus. This virus is a human virus. But we are talking about here, that virus is the virus for the machine. We don't have any antivirus for the COVID. What I mean? Vaccination. That's why we are under the lockdown situation. So when the vaccination will come, we don't know. Maybe tomorrow, maybe after 1 month, maybe after 1 year. But what I am trying to explain to you, that it means that virus comes first and vaccine will come after that. Is it or not? Yes, true. So now think about a situation, for example, inshallah, very soon we will have the vaccine, say for example, after 1 month. So if we will have a vaccine, so we will feel comfortable that we are safe and secure from COVID. Agreed? But now what happened? We are safe and secure from COVID virus. But may God save us, in case if suppose any other new virus will come, again, there will be a challenge for us. Again, the vaccination of COVID will not work for that. The same because we already have vaccinations for so many other viruses, human viruses, but those vaccinations are not working for the COVID. So what we learned from this scenario, we learned that the antiviruses are only applicable for those attacks of the viruses which are already happened, gone through, studied, and after that, the vaccination or after that, the antivirus is built for them. Now, what happens if suppose new virus attack is coming? So do you think that any antivirus will be capable to hold it, even though your antivirus is updated, even though your antivirus is good enough, but your antivirus routines will work only for those for which it was addressed, for which it is coded, for which it is designed. If suppose a new virus is coming, that will be out of the scope of that antivirus. This is why for the antivirus, whenever you go for antivirus purchase, they will not give you the CD one time. They will activate your account. They will keep updating your machine. Any virus will come, they will go to find out the patches. They will come up with the solution. Then they update your machine. So now it means that now your machine is safe from that particular virus. But what happened during that time? Meanwhile, they are making the patches for that. What happened if suppose your machine is under attack? How your antivirus, existing antivirus will save you? Cannot. The same situation like what we discussed about the COVID. So this is a big misconception. So it doesn't mean that we may not recommend that you may not have antivirus. No, we must have antivirus, updated antivirus, because then it means that we are trying to be safe from a big range of the viruses which are already available in the market. But they are not guarantee, not surety for the new type of the viruses. What I mean? Just to close this one for your better understanding, like if suppose you have updated antivirus, you are the same person who is going to the, say for example, to the airport. You use the USB jack for charging your cell phone and you receive your device was under attack. So now, if you blame to the antivirus company, this is totally wrong. And if you feel that you are means safe because of the antivirus, that's your misconception. So this is how we're trying to discuss that what are the misconceptions about things. So this is how antivirus is working, and this is how means is the mechanism. So keeping antivirus updated is okay, it's fine, it's required, it's necessary. But after doing this, don't feel that you are now in the completely safe zone. And this is the reason we say again and again that we cannot claim security as 100%. Going ahead, you can see here that there are so many applications. They can even bypass your antivirus. The same like, there are so many means applications. They can bypass the Wi-Fi passwords. They can bypass the internet restrictions. If suppose you are a member of an organization, they restrict that you cannot use, in some of the countries, it is restricted that you cannot use the WhatsApp for the call nowadays. Then there are the different softwares people they do install, and then they bypass and they can call. So those are the best example for you. So what I mean, there are so many things like that. They can bypass easily your antivirus as well. So that's why it is actually a big issue or a big challenge. Now, another challenge is about the malware detection. Malware detection is also a big issue. Your antivirus can detect the malware which is already defined in that. For anything new, probably it will not be possible for the actually your antivirus to detect it. This is why I hope that you know about the concept about the botnets. The botnets, maybe we will discuss in the upcoming lectures at what it is. The botnets normally lives in your machine, in your devices. And on our machines, we are using them in organizations, at our home. What I mean by organization, it means that they are safer, firewalls, antiviruses, updated, licensed software, everything. But again, botnets are in our machine. They are not able to detect them. So to detecting a malware is a big challenge. Now, there are the tools. They detect the malwares. But there are the fake tools also. That is also being deployed by the hackers. So what they do, they don't find out the malicious software which are the required one. So again, this is a big challenge at the same time. So as we discussed, that the malware bypassed AV inspection. So you can see from here that these are the two actually malwares, which is shown in the screen. User know himself, he did just for the test. And in that particular test, you can see that actually the malwares are there. User himself knows about that. But when he ran the test, the malware was not detected. And having antiviruses, after that, he is successful to install these two of the malware components. So what we mean that is not a surety or guarantee that you feel that antivirus is there, so you are safer. So be careful. That's the misconception only. So AV cannot, antivirus, AV means antivirus, any antivirus. AV cannot protect against unknown malwares. Same like we have vaccinations while we are young, but it doesn't mean those vaccinations will save us from COVID. Those vaccinations will save only for those for which they were designed. So this is the same rule, same principle in the computer technology as well. Going ahead, so now we know that all of these 5 points, they were actually our misconception. We were just thinking wrongly. It is totally wrong. We cannot say that they are means the safer, or these are the points, so we feel comfortable. I hope you got the real figure and realization about these all points. Going ahead, now you can see from here that these are the few of the attacks in percentage. So this is just only for your brainstorming, just to follow up, just to support the discussion that what we are doing. But we will discuss in a great detail with all aspects of the different viruses, different attacks on mobile phones, on our devices, and on all of these things in our upcoming classes. Now you can see from one more data, it is showing us the fraud transactions, distribution channels. So the fraud transaction, so you can see from here that these different colors are showing for what? Mobile apps, mobile browsers, and web. So mobile app, it means this much percentage of mobile app is actually means involved or being used for the fraud transactions. And mobile browser, the red color is showing that this much number is the mobile browser is involved for that. and the maroon color is about the web. So this is the means only some of the data, just to give you a better understanding about that, but you will see how it is and how the different data and other things we will discuss in our upcoming classes. Now, if we just go to the next slide. So mobile security building blocks. Now there are so many different companies. They are claiming that we have solutions for the mobile threat prevention. We can prevent unknown threats. We can come up with a zero-day attack, so on and so on. Sorry. But being a technical guy, now you must realize, you must know that what is the reality, what is the fact, how much it could be possible. So we are discussing here one of the company, because most of the data taken here for this lecture is taken from that particular company's data. So that's why we include it here. Otherwise, it's not supposed to be part of your lecture, but because we bring the data from that company, so we want to give them credit. So you can see from here, the mobile threat prevention, actually advanced threat detection and mitigation is the main thing. We cannot protect until we don't have advanced threat detection and mitigation. We need to detect timely before it attacks, and we need to mitigate it, come up with a solution. And the best mobile threat catch rate, full visibility, simple deployability. This is actually, as I mentioned to you, that we are giving the credit to the company from where we get the data. So they are claiming like that we can provide these things. Now, how it works, they are saying that it works like, suppose this is your cell phone. Inside there is the internet cloud, and then it works for the MDM and EMM, and it provides the solutions for so many different companies, and it is connected with the server. So we are doing a little bit speedy. Threat technologies, what they are using: advanced app analysis, network anomaly detection, post-threat analysis, threat framework, and so many things. So threat analysis, threat framework, and these things, those students who are in secure software system, they will learn that there was the threat modeling and what these things are. They are claiming that they have a maximum level of security. You see, they are not claiming 100% level of security. Not a single company will be able to claim that they have a complete solution, 100% solution. This is not possible at all. So without impacting usability, they are claiming that they can provide you a solution. So who they are? The company is Checkpoint. So you can see on the right top corner. So they are saying that taking mobile security beyond mobile threat prevention, they are providing the capsule solution, mobile threat protection, and so many things related about mobile security. So this is their claim. We don't know that how much they are successful as a technical. After this lecture, I hope that you can have a vision to understand that how much they can be successful, how much up to how much level they can. Further, they are claiming that they are having the capsule workspace. Capsule workspace means this is the dedicated workspace like the VPN. So that's why you will be secure, having secure login, easy access, and the place only where you are working, no one is else. So this is what the company is claiming about this product. But again, top of that, you need to keep in your mind that what we discussed, those are the actual ground realities. So we cannot deny the ground realities, even though we are working in capsule documents, we can classify, we can share, we can isolate ourselves, whatever we do, but the ground realities are always there. We cannot deny, and they are the facts. So the true thing is that we cannot claim 100% security. Now it's showing us the different threats by type. So this is only this for your brainstorming, and because we will discuss about these all threats in our upcoming classes. So it's telling us about the Trojan, different applications, spyware, riskware, monitoring tools, and so many other things. So this slide, you just have a look for this. And then mainly we added these slides. Before this slide, we added this actually to give the credit to them from where we took the data. Now this slide and the last slide, this is actually the conclusion that what we discussed. So the both slides are important. They are not from the one, but we mistook them. So the phone attack vectors, we discussed only three. You remember we said that one is the fake app, one is the operating system self challenges, and one it is the connectivity. But there are so many other factors beside of them are it means link with them. So you can see from here in connectivity we are discussing about radio interface, internet. Radio interface means mobile data, internet, SMS, interface with network entities. Even SMS is bringing the threats for us. Means threats for us, it means that it is the source of the hackers they can use. So these all other sources can be exploited by the hackers. Bluetooth, IR, Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 is something very interesting. So we will discuss in our upcoming classes. And internet and the other applications. And there are so many other means vectors are there as well. So they are not only the three vectors, they are the three major main vectors actually. Then software updates and these things. And now this is the conclusion. Now we see that these all are the actually challenges to us. So this is very important conclusion. We say that security of your mobile device and the security and privacy of your app, how you can manage it, how you can maintain it, what are the key points. So we mentioned here that security of your mobile device is intensively important. For sure, it's intensively important. If suppose something is going to be compromised, your all other resources will be going to be compromised. So it is intensively important. At all of these stages, we have to take care. And how we can take care? We have to take care the general following points. What are those points? Use a password manager. Use a very strong password. Use a VPN on your public Wi-Fi. First is don't use the public Wi-Fi. But if suppose you are in urgent need, then please use the VPN. And then only you need to connect with the open Wi-Fi. So you will be compatibly protected. Be mindful of the app permissions. So while you are installing your apps, it is asking so many things. You will notice some app, it does not require your camera permission. Why is asking? It does not require your microphone. Why is asking? It does not require your contact information. Why is asking? Like suppose you are installing a Grab. So what is the use of the Grab to asking to give me the permission about your contacts? While it is maybe required only for the location or for any other things. So you need to be pretty sure about that. But the thing is that this is only a precautionary measure. There is another thing we will discuss in our upcoming classes, that this permissions while you are giving to your app. So what happened actually, you need to be very, very careful. Say for example, you are installing app, you carefully give them the permissions. Now the updated new version is coming. It will ask to you, new version is there, update. You will say yes, update. When you go for the update, all of the apps by default, what the permissions they were asking for from you in the first time, now in the second round at the updation time, they will take all the permissions by default. So you didn't allow the camera before, it will be now allowed. So what is the means way how you can protect yourself? So if suppose this is the case, it's necessary for the update, you need to uninstall your app and install again. So now at the time of installation, you will have the right to give the permissions. But if you just simply update with that, they will get all of the permissions from you. Research the app and the company. Maybe you are installing an app, see which is the company, see which is the developer, their contacts are there or not, see about the ratings and everything. Limit the social media exposure. Not necessary, trust me, it is not necessary that you must have an account on Twitter, must have an account on Facebook, must have an account on LinkedIn, must have an account on Insta, must have an account on Daily, must have an account on each and every WhatsApp, must have an account on each social network. I'm not saying that you may not have an account for all of these, but you just see that you can keep 1 or 2 or 3 only what you are using. How many posts you will share from the same post you will share at the Twitter, at the Insta, at the Facebook. So how many do we have extra time? The moment, the number, the iteration you are sharing more, using more, this is actually bringing a more, means expose your data and yourself to the hackers. So be wise from this point. It's a very critical point. Keep software up to date. So you are, especially your operating system, keep that up to date. Because the third vector, which is the most important one, that's what we discussed, is one thing, something which is truly critical. So take care about these all of the points and comparing the Android. So if we compare the Android and iOS security, so we already discussed that the iOS is comparatively means secure, comparatively secure. We're not saying they're 100% secure, comparatively secure from Android, but it is not completely secure. So this is how, these are the points we are supposed to take care about. So wish you best of luck. I also received a notification from my second class as well. So this is all about today, and I hope that you learn a lot about the security issues with our handphone or cell phone, and also you got a very good exposure that what we mean, what are these 3 vectors, what are the attacks, and how much we are secure, and how many misconceptions we have. And actually means these are the misconceptions, because we are calling misconception. So they are really in misconception. We were trying to misprove them that they are the real misconceptions. So thank you very much. Best of luck to all of you. Our lecture is ended here. Now we are just going to have the attendance session. For that, I need some time to log in. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you are welcome to ask, please. And so because we are going for attendance, so that's why we have to stop the recording. So, but you can continue your questions, please. Meanwhile, I disconnect it. So thank you very much. Yes, please. Any questions?